Hey, what's up? We're actually gonna get ready for another episode. Freddie Zamora, who's the head coach of the professional basketball team here in Toledo, Ohio, um, is gonna be our guest. We're gonna talk about how the league got started, expectations for the team. I know they were at a rally this afternoon, so we're going to talk about that and come to social issues and and how will professional basketball team in Toledo in the surrounding area, will that be a good thing, a bad thing, and what they hope for. All right, stay tuned. Bye. Coach Zamora, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
What's happening, man? You doing all right?
Man, I'm going. I'm going. It's Saturday, so it's a good day. How about you?
I'm doing well. I know you're busy, so I just want to say thank you for taking the time to hop on our show. Um, you and I connected probably a year or so ago when you were coaching college basketball, and now you're coaching professional basketball. So give us a little bit of background about who Coach Zamora is and places that you've been. And
Oh, absolutely. No, first and foremost, thank you for having me on, man. I'm
no,
I'm excited to
um,
be on here. Like I said, it's been a year, but it feels like a long time because we
yeah,
we've been in contact a lot.
yeah,
So I'm thankful for your friendship. But first and
excellent.
foremost, I mean, where I'm currently at, I'm at the Toledo Glass City men's basketball team here in Toledo. It's a newly formed semi-professional men's team. Before this, as you said, I was at Owens Community College as an assistant coach. And kind of like where I come from, started out at Oral Roberts as a graduate assistant coach
Mhm.
in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yep.
Ended up going to Summit Christian Academy with Coach Rodney Perry.
Hmm.
And then I worked with Mo Canny Lee out of the EYBL, All Ohio out of the EYBL. And we'll probably talk a little bit more about all this, but just
Yeah.
all this in a short span of about 3 years. So it's been a crazy, fun journey, and it's getting better every day. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, that's you've got quite a career. So I saw on social media the other day you got your players signed in, they're signing their contracts and all that. So how many? Tell us about the roster. I mean, I know you got some local kids, and tell us about your roster and who should we kind of be like, okay, this is the guy you got to come and see.
Oh, right, absolutely. So a couple like notable names in the Toledo area. We have Clemmy Owens,
Yep. Oh yeah.
Trey Howard,
Yep.
and then actually from Lord's University we have JB, and then we have Eric Worthy. They're Lord's University graduates, so I
Yep.
know you're proud of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
But we're excited about them too as well. I mean, they're tough, they're strong, they play hard. And then we also have it's crazy too. Like I'm actually coaching my older brother.
Oh wow.
But so my older brother's on the team, and me and him we both played college basketball together at Tennessee Temple University and Ohio Christian University. And then he's actually played in the TBT, which is something I'm hoping to get involved with this summer. But I mean, as far as like guys to get excited for, especially if you're from the Toledo area,
Yeah.
I'd say like Clemmy Owens and Trey Howard because
Yeah,
those
yeah,
guys can make a
household
really
names.
good.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So coaching your older brother. So if you pull him out the game, is that going to make for awkward Thanksgiving or
I mean, we could probably fight and still be cool. I mean, we've grown up fighting, so
Yeah,
no, but we've matured a lot and everything like that. So I mean, it's fun, it's exciting, and he's very like open minded, and he's the one that like pursued me like you should do this and stuff, and
got you.
it kind of just was a coincidence. I mean, as far as like the Owen season getting canceled and stuff, and it was kind of like well, I get to have not only have the opportunity to be a head coach, but to coach professionals, and
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
was a no brainer for me.
yeah. So tell us how the league started, because a lot of people want to know, what the league is and stuff like that. I know it's semi-pro. So tell us how everything got started.
Right. So there's like a few different leagues, like the PBL, which is the Premier Basketball League
Hmm.
that we're in. And the PBL actually stopped in 2017. So
Okay,
this is like a revamp year for the whole league.
got you.
Um, and the opportunity kind of came about with the CEO, Anthony Shook. He had kind of seen the opportunity in the market
Hmm.
because they were looking for like Ohio, Michigan type teams,
Right.
and we're like, well, what better place than Toledo? Because
Yeah.
one thing about Toledo, they're really big on once they start supporting and seeing stuff how it works and how it goes, they're very supportive.
Yes.
Um, and you see that with our Toledo Mud Hens and our Toledo Walleye.
Yep. Oh, big
And
time.
so yeah, and so we're like, why not basketball to this city and make it be official and be organized and grow this thing.
Yep.
Because I mean, hopefully, I'm planning that we end up building a whole bunch of jobs for a bunch of people. You know, that's the goal. So.
That's awesome.
You know, these things take time, but we're
Yeah.
we're
Oh, yeah.
excited.
But it's got to start somewhere, coach. And
Yeah.
obviously, you got a good coaching resume where they thought enough of you to say, hey, we want Coach Zamora to run this team. So
Right.
kudos and hats off to you. How has practices been? And then when is the first game? And then give us a little bit of background about where you guys will play home and away.
Right. So right now, for the first question, with practices, we haven't actually got to practice yet.
Okay.
We did do some really strenuous conditioning. So we had some conditioning days that we did. I mean, we had guys. Our last day of conditioning, we did an 8-mile run, I think, 8.5-mile run,
Wow.
just to test their mental. But you know me, like I'll do that for fun, coach.
Yeah.
So, but these guys, like they did 8.5 miles, like the last day. We did like reverse bear crawls up a hill. So I don't know if you've ever tried that, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't advise it.
Coach, that sounds painful.
So, but my goal is I wanted to see, will guys break? Will guys quit? Will they not come? Will they not show up?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's going to tell me, do they deserve to be coming to practices and be a part of this team? And thankfully, like they did it. I didn't hear no complaints. I mean, unless they did it under their breath. But conditioning's over. Our first actual practice, our official team practice is tomorrow.
Okay, gotcha.
So tomorrow I'm finishing up putting together my practice plan and stuff, and tomorrow we're going to be going at it from 2:30 to 5 o'clock. Okay. Guys are excited. As far as games and venue, we have a venue that we're finalizing a deal with, but we're not going to do that until we get word from the league commissioner about where this is going to happen or take place, because right now they're kind of talking about like a bubble type thing too for this, like talking about maybe coming to Ohio and having like a bubble and just do like big tournaments that kind of count as like a regular season. So we're just kind of seeing where it's at right now, but we're gonna have a season. So
the goal is to keep you and your coaching staff safe and your players safe. So I mean, how many teams are in your league, and then when you guys you'll have like tournament format once it shakes out, will it be similar to like an NBA style format?
Yeah. So with the new, because it's new ownership that took over the league, there's probably about eight teams or so.
Okay.
And what they plan on doing, if they're gonna do it how they did do it, it's similar to like an NBA playoff type format. And then what I seen myself from like 17, they did it was like a best of 3 series for like a finals.
Okay.
And if you actually go, I actually went back and watched it myself because I'm like, I want to get familiar with the league.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Team. And so I went and watched it myself, and I think all 3 games were like a buzzer beater. So it was very interesting. I mean, I think they were even broadcasting on ESPN and stuff. So I'm just curious to see where this goes and how big it gets, and we're excited about it. So
that was leads to my next question. So where do you see it going from a Toledo perspective? I'm sure, like you said, Toledo will gravitate to it like they did the Mud Hens and the Walleye. Where do you want it to go?
That's the goal. I'd like to get it to like a Mud Hens or a Walleye type level. But again, it not only comes from like me as a coach and how we play and the style and our players, but it involves our players being able to get out in the community. And like even today, I think I texted you. Yep. We were at a peace rally today. Like I want to be seen. I want to be talking to the community. I want to be out there. And so we were even doing that today. But most importantly, it's the fans. I mean, without the Toledo fans, like this doesn't happen. And we understand that. So that's why, like, I don't know if you see like the social media posts that our team posts is like, what do you think, fans? Do you like this T-shirt? Fans, what do you like? Tell us, like, talk to us.
Yeah, I went on there and saw that today. So yeah.
Yeah,
so
we just.
I'm gonna need an extra large. Just FYI.
All right.
So obviously you guys are at a peace rally today. You being a Latina, and with the minority situation that's going on, what's your message to your, not only your community but to your players as well?
Oh, that's a great question. I was kind of thinking about that today during the rally too. I think the biggest thing, and this is my own standpoint and point of
Mm-hmm.
view. It's not from my team or nobody else backing it. If they do, awesome. But from my own standpoint, I've heard of people wanting to talk about defunding the police and this and that. And what happened today and what I seen that we were a part of today, I liked, because it was a meeting with the community and community leaders of color,
Right.
saying like, we don't want to defund the police, but
Yeah.
we got to get this right, because the police are helpful, and we all know that. We know there's good cops and bad cops, but there's got to be action.
There has to be.
Too many people just want to talk and
you can
let's
just
do
talk,
this,
coach, right
all day. At some point, you have to take action.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened today is we all came together because we all decided nothing happens being divided and just talking about stuff.
Amen,
so we all came together, and what they did is they put together like a code of conduct for the city of Toledo, which is actually really awesome. That instead of getting like bypassed, you send this to the code of conduct, and it can start to get handled by leaders in the community. So it's not just like, oh, the cops aren't even looking at us. We're doing something about it, and that's what it's about. Like I said, there's gonna be good and bad people in every profession. We understand it. We know that.
For sure.
But it's about doing the right things. Let's take action and talk about it and actually do something about it. So it was great. I mean,
yeah, well done. Appreciate you being a leader in the community. So now, like I said, I know you were signing your players are signing contracts. So how does it work now? So you got players that are they doing 1-year deals? They doing multiple year deals, and do you do trades and all that, or how does that work within the league?
Right, it'll be like a 1-year deal.
Okay.
So we'll do like a year-to-year basis. Obviously, it's like any other job. Like, you want to evaluate, like, all right, was he a good piece?
Right.
Do we need to bring something else on? And then that's probably where a lot of stuff will take place next year. Is like, we might have multiple tryouts,
right,
or stuff like that, because I might go into this season thinking like, oh, I got everything I need right here. We're gonna get this done. Yeah. And I might be shell shocked, like, you know what? We didn't have enough shooters, or we didn't have enough bigs, or something. I don't know. And then that's where you start kind of being like, okay, well, let me really sit down and evaluate if this makes sense to keep this person, or if we need to bring somebody else on. So that's kind of how it goes.
Okay, so now you've been at the AAU level, the college level, now the pro level. Has your coaching style changed? Obviously, you're coaching men, professional men. You've coached at the college level with your young men, and the high school ones that want to be men. How's your coaching style changed, or or hasn't it changed? But you've kept a few core principles to, this is how I'm going to coach. This is what I'm not going to let go of.
Right. Honestly, a lot of it has stayed the same. And what I mean by that is how I run practices, our rules and expectations. Because what you find, and you even know too, with coaching where you all coach as well, and still coaching, there's a lot of discipline and stuff that has to be involved. There's a lot of rules and policies that have to be involved. And I mean, I had to have this conversation with these guys in a meeting that you guys are professionals now. So how you carry yourselves, how you guys talk, how you post on your social media, just like in college as a recruit, that stuff matters. I said, you might have kids looking up to you that you need to be able to be a good role model for. And and that's something that's really important. But as far as like our practices and everything like that, it's always, my practices are always going to be at a high level. I tell my guys, I want our practice to be so hard that when we get in a game, it's going to be nothing. We're going to be like, I've been at my teammate's neck all week, so this guy in front of me, I'm not scared of him. So our practice is going to be very high intensity. We're gonna go at it hard for 2.5 hours every single time that we're in there. But we had a team meeting literally just Thursday or Wednesday night before I did the signing day, because it was kind of like I don't want you signing these papers to play for me if I don't go over all this stuff first.
Right. Yeah.
So and we're gonna do it together.
Yeah.
So we went over rules and expectations one by one together. Any questions? No. Okay. But it's just like keeping your jersey tucked in. I mean, you're going to play in a game. Your jersey's going to be tucked in. We're going to practice with our jerseys tucked in.
Right.
Profanity. Like I said, we don't want to do that in front of our fans. We don't want to do that in front of kids. Let's cut it out now. So there's disciplining for everything. And the way that I coach, and like my philosophy that I kind of took from my mentor, Coach Perry, I'm not a believer in like, let's just run just to run. If we ever have to do push-ups or running or anything for that matter, as far as discipline, I can tell you exactly why you're having to do it, and it's on
Yeah.
you. So you're the one that's responsible for it if you need to run and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, you're
100%.
gonna run suicides and stuff like that here and there, but
Right.
as
Right.
far I'm not the kind of coach that wants to do that kind of stuff unless it's involved with disciplining or stuff like that. So
So as a pro coach, I know the bar is raised higher. What's your one unbreakable rule?
man.
Sorry about that,
One
coach. Sorry about
unbreakable.
that.
No, you're good. I would have to say, and it kind of comes down to communication. I'm a big communication guy.
Yeah.
I've told my guys that I don't know if you've ever seen the clip of PJ Tucker at the USA basketball training camp with other pros talking about let's talk more, let's over talk.
Yeah.
That goes on and off the court because as a coach, and you know too,
Yeah.
our life's really hard if our players aren't communicating, if they said that they're not happy or
Yeah.
so communication is big, but it also comes to the point to where like if you don't call me and you don't come to practice or something, that's my zero tolerance. If you ever no call, no show something, you're done. There's no explanations for it. It's just that's it. So, but it kind of comes down to communication. I mean, I'm just real big. If you communicate with me, life can be very simple. So.
Okay. I see you got a great write up in the Blade and a lot of good PR in pub. So I mean, I'm really happy for you guys. What's the one takeaway you want like people to know about you as a coach and you guys as a pro team?
Me as a coach is just that I mean like anybody else, I'm a real person, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's something I take pride in is I keep it real about everything. I don't sugarcoat anything. And I'm not the kind of coach that like I want to be. I don't. It's funny. Like I'm kind of talking like with Coach Davis, like at Owens. Like I told him, he's like, well, "What do you want to do? And how do you want to be a part?" Because it was just me and him.
Right.
He's asking me like, "What do you want to do?" And I've always been a background guy, and I never minded it. I'm like, let me do all the scouting reports. Let me be meticulous. Let me get the film. Let me do all that stuff, and you take the credit. I don't care. That's just the kind of coach that I am. I don't care about none of that stuff. I just want to win, and I want to do it with my guys. So if that's one thing that people can take away from me is just know that I'm doing it for the best interest of my team. I'm going to do it the right way. My team's going to do it the right way, and in a way that everybody can be proud of us. So that's what I'd say for sure.
Okay. All right. I'll definitely have to get with you to get to a practice. We would love to kind of see what's done at that level. I've been at Lord's for our first week, and I've learned so much from Dennis Hobson, man. It's amazing how good he is at just the details. So I would love to get to one of your practices if you don't mind.
Shout out to Coach Hobson.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He's a great one. So, all right. Well, let's definitely stay in touch. Would love to have you back on when the season starts, and we'll definitely be rooting for you guys. And I'd like to get into XL, but I'd like to slim down so I get into a large. So I'll have to stay in touch with you for that, man.
Hey, you let me know, man. You know you got my phone number, so whatever you need, just hit me up.
Again, I appreciate you coming on. All the best to you and the team in the league. Let me know if there's anything that I can do or we can do as a community together. Would love to collaborate with you guys at some point in the future for sure.
Awesome. I appreciate that so much. And thank you so much for having me on, man.
All right.
I appreciate
Thanks, Coach Z. Take care, man. Have a great one.
Thank you, Coach. You too. Have a good weekend.
You got it. Bye. So again, great aspect from a professional basketball coach talking about the league and stuff like that. Coach Zamora will do a fantastic job. His kids are going to play. His players are going to play hard for him. I've known him for a year, and he's really, really good. I'm really excited about the product they're going to put on the floor. So stay tuned for more from them. They're going to do some good things. Take care.